Hi, Cancer. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color, and I'm going to do a 3-card reading for the week of November 22nd through the 29th, which includes Thanksgiving. And I wanted to say thank you very much. I really appreciate all the likes and subscribers that I've got, that I recently have acquired. Comments, share, and please continue. Press the bell for notifications, and I'm doing 30-minute readings for $30 through November 30th. And then they go to 1,000. Euros. Euros, darling. Okay, so this is going to be the 3-card reading. This is for Cancer. All right. Interesting reading. Interesting. I always say that. Sometimes I get really bad cards and I go, oh, this is interesting. I could have, when I look at the video afterwards, I can tell from my face, but this is actually interesting. It's not a negative one. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then I do it like that so that I could read them. Okay. Okay, Cancer. Oh. I try not to touch the table too much, then I really bounce. Okay. You begin with the Ace of Pentacles, a very positive, lovely, lovely card. New path. New path. A new path and the opportunity, it's almost like a gift, really, of either financial gain, a lot of times it's money, or the other meanings of the Pentacles are, the Pentacle is the material suit. It's the one that's based most in reality. This is, it represents all the earth signs, and it represents security, and it also represents health, right? Because those are all, I guess, what you would call mundane things, right? Carnal. Then you get this kaboom. So this card actually has a lot of meanings. So this is about messages. This could also be about being bombarded. But it's, it's surrounded by 2 other good cards. And the thing about wands is wands are fertile, right? They're fertile. This is about passion. This is about creativity. They're about passion. They're about like, I love doing this. So these could be, I feel like you're advancing. There's like an advancement. With an 8, there's always an advancement. And then you get this contemplative. This is really quite the card. I really like this card. This card, this is a really interesting thing. So this is the Sage, right? So sometimes, this could be with glare or without glare. This is about following your own inner guidance. So he's walking through snow. There's only 2 cards with snow. So he's walking like in this sort of isolated. He's all alone. This is about being alone. But I feel like he's walking through hell in this card. He's walking through hell. And the only way he's going to get through hell is through his own inner guidance, because this is what he has in front of him. His own inner, it's almost like going by instinct, right? This is like an instinctual, it's the light of your own spirit. That's what it is. It's the light of your own spirit guiding you through. So maybe suddenly you have all these passionate new ideas. It's like, well, I could do this and I could do that and I could do this and I want to, and sometimes it's interesting. Sometimes you see these Joe Schmoes on. I'm just being nice on thing. Hey, I made $1,000,000,000,000. Hey, okay, good for you. If it sounds too good to be true, it's usually too good to be true. And then if you're not into it, like, oh yeah, I can make a lot of money at real estate. That's nice. But if you're not into it, if it's not interesting to you, if it, like you love baking and, your cupcakes are your thing or whatever it is, then it's like, oh, this is feeding me, not just financially, but it's feeding me emotionally. It's feeding me to feed you cupcakes. I love dessert. You open a cupcake business, I'll buy you cupcakes, donuts, cookies. There might be a lot of ideas coming to you that, mommy wants you to do this, and your best friend wants you to do that, and all the people around you wanted you to do this, and it's like a million trillion different things. Someone says, oh, open a car dealership, and someone else says, open a printing shop. Someone else says, buy a yacht and, take people cruising around the world. I don't know. If any of those things are the interesting thing to you, and that you feel like you're being led, right? And you're really intuitive, you're Cancer, then that's the one you should go for. But at the end of the day, this is really at the end of the day, this is about taking your own counsel. This is really about taking your own counsel. Maybe the ideas come from outside of you, right? And there's a certain advancement and there's certain, but at the end of the day, okay, I'll give you an example. I like giving examples. I had a t-shirt business many years ago, and I used to dye I'm still a dyer, So I used to dye t-shirts, and then I would put a symbol on them, with screen print. And I would dye it. It was all about color. I'm all about color. Hello, right color. So I had this. I had a screen that I was going to make, but it was two screens. It was one on top of another, so it was double. And I think it cost me about, I think it was $60. It was a long time ago. It was probably 15 years ago. And I think it was going to cost me $40 to get the two screens made. And I had the paint and I had the t-shirts and I had the dye. I had everything else in place. And I was selling a couple of stores at that point. And honestly, I didn't have enough money for the rent, right? And I knew that if I had these screens made, I could sell them that week. Boom. And my logical mind said, pay the rent, you dummy. And but my inside said, no. You get this made, you can have the rent and so I it wasn't like I was gambling $10,000. That wasn't mine. It wasn't anything like that. It wasn't, I'm talking about $60. But it was almost like it was this moment for myself. And maybe this is really part of the moment for you as a Cancer, as an intuitive. Now, if you don't understand that you're a Cancer and you're intuitive, you are, okay? You are ruled by the moon, okay? The moon is intuition. And the moon has tremendous influence on us. And I only plant plants when the moon is in a water sign. I'll wait. Sometimes gives me a plant, and I'll keep it outside or whatever, or, you know, whatever it came in, and I won't plant it until the moon is in Cancer or Pisces or Scorpio. I just don't do it. So maybe part of this is, oh, so the moral of the story, I know I can go back and forth, sorry. I had coffee not that long ago. Is it worked. You know, I did the $60 and I probably made a couple $100 that week just on that one image. And it ended up selling for years, many, 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 many years, many, 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 many years. Intuition is like going to the gym. So, you know, if you go to the gym, right? I'm not a gym goer, but you go to the gym and you go like this with a 2-pound weight once, you're not going to get any muscles. Okay. That I can tell you. Even if you have a 100-pound weight and you go like this twice, you're not going to get any muscles. However, even with a 2-pound weight, if you do that every day for a month, you're going to get some muscles. And what ends up happening is even after you stop going to the gym and then you go back again, your muscle has memory. Intuition's the same thing. The more you trust it, the more you go into it, the more it'll serve you and the stronger it becomes. The stronger it becomes until it becomes part of you. It's just like riding a bicycle. You know, it's like after a certain amount of time, it's like, I don't need to use my hands. You know, I could eat a sandwich and ride my bicycle. I could pop a wheelie and ride my bicycle. I can make a left turn. I can make a right turn. You know, it's the same thing with everything. Intuition's the same thing. It's a gift, right? But or music's a gift, right? If you have the gift of music, the more you practice, the better you're going to get. Same thing with intuition, but it's a solo thing. It's a solo thing. At the end of the day, you have to be the king. You have to make the decision. You have to make the decision. It's not like, what do you think? What do you think? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Whatever they think, you have feeling. And that is where you stand. You know, you come from that place. So the more you come from that place, the stronger you're going to be in that place, right? You get to be on the pedestal if you're relying on your intuition first, if you're relying on your heart first. Because if you rely on this, that's not your river. You're on the wrong river. You got to get in the river that's your river. You know, otherwise the other one's frozen, the other one's muddy. It's not your thing, you know, or dry, right? So consult yourself. Consult yourself. And, you know, be in your heart and ask your heart. Dear heart, you know, what is the next right move? How can I advance in terms of my health or in terms of financial prosperity or see what I'm saying? And, you know, if you're intuitive, and I know you are, it comes from everywhere. It doesn't have to come. Some people get it from birds, some people get it from books, and you can get it from a truck going by, you can get it from a billboard, you can get it from a snippet of something you hear, or it could just like be floating around, just be floating around. All of a sudden you'll hear about some obscure country 3 times that week. Like, huh? The Gambia? Where's the Gambia? It's not a geography lesson. I can give you a geography lesson too, but see what I mean? But the important thing is to become the sage in your own life. That's the important thing. To become your own sage. It's his own light he's carrying. No one gave him the light. It's his light, right? That is my take. Anyway, like, subscribe, share. If you want a one-on-one, it's $30 for 30 minutes until November 30th. I hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving. Hope you stay safe and well and intuitive. Blessings. Thanks for coming.